just asking a question.
I like them.
He was just curious. Okay, let's get ourselves focused. I got some who didn't even pick up the handle on the podium on the way in. They are literally breaking my heart today. Breaking my heart. Tangela, I'm going to let you volunteer in a second. I get my heart together. Breaking my heart right now. I was so nice. Yesterday. What did I do? It was so nice to me. I did it. Wasn't that so nice? Yeah. So you couldn't say I'm not nice. I did that nice thing that one time. You can always reference it. Okay, so
that
today.
Was for one time?
That one time. I mean, hopefully it'll happen again as long as you continue to stay on it.
Yeah.
But if you go, crazy and you're just not doing your work when you're supposed to be doing it, then it's never gonna happen again. But that would never happen to you. Ever. Okay, so today we're gonna do math. The front page of your quiz is graded, but not the back page. So it should be 100% done by tomorrow. My God, it has to be. Tomorrow's Friday. It's not really Tuesday, and that's ridiculous.
But how was everything looking?
It's looking really good. The only one that is concerning is the one with fractions, and that's because most people just cried about it. They either left it blank or they did some crazy stuff. We're going to talk about how for you and fractions to be friends, specifically on number 17 today. Goodness gracious, get it together. And then, hello here. And then, what was I saying? So we're doing notes today. We have to do math today. But the good news is, after we finish our notes, one of our things we're doing tomorrow is a puzzle. So at the end of the class, you get to add the pieces to the puzzle. That sounds like fun. However, as you can see, one group from last period gets to lose points when they come in tomorrow because they left out stuff. So just remember, when we start going off kindergarten skills, if you leave out your stuff, you will get points taken. Okay, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Tangela, you were wanting to volunteer.
All right. So I know standard form would be y equals mx plus b.
It's actually ax plus by equals c.
Ooh.
Did I not tell y'all that?
Wait, well, can you hang on 1 second?
Yes, I can. I can wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, hold on.
I thought I gave you all a hint yesterday, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I dreamed it. I say a lot of words, a lot of class periods. I don't remember what hints I give anymore.
Okay.
Ma'am.
So, I don't know if I did it right because I literally just did it.
Okay.
So I got 4x plus 3y equals 7.
That's perfect. You added 3y to both sides. And you had 4x plus 3y equals 7. And for a point, can you tell me, or to get the full point, can you tell me what is A, what is B, and what is C?
A is 4, B is 3, and 7 is
C. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. And you're getting a point for that. Okay, so I thought I gave you that hint yesterday. My bad if I didn't. So I understand it's going to take us a few minutes to get through these. So I will wait a second unless someone already has number 15 worked out and they would like to volunteer. I have some who don't even have math workshops out. God bless you. You realize eventually there's going to be a test on this at the end of the 9 weeks. Did you lose it? Did you lose it?
Yeah.
Do you need it?
No.
Okay, you didn't lose it, right? Okay, cool. There's eventually going to be a test. And it's not going to be, as discussed, it's not a nice test. It says, hey, what was the answer to number 14 on 831? It's going to say, hey, it won't even say, it'll just be, here's a problem similar to number 14. Can you do it yourself? Okay, Lauren and Tangela's group want to volunteer again. So go ahead, still all the points.
8x plus 6y plus 7.
Perfect. How did you solve it?
I just added the 6y.
That makes you a genius. Just so you know. Because when I did it, I did not think to make life that easy. So she had 7 equals 8x plus 6y. And she's smart enough to realize, hey, I've got x and y on one side. I've got a number on the other side. I'm ready enough to go. So it really is 8x plus 6y equals 7. It didn't matter if they were on the right or on the left, as long as x and y were together. Okay, Lauren, to get your full point, what's A, what's B, what's C?
A is 8, B is 6, C is 7.
Perfect. B is 6. Jeez Louise, miscommon. C equals 7. That got really jankety right there, let me tell you. Okay, and then we get to the doozy of the day because, one, it wasn't correct on your paper, darn Google Docs not being exactly like Word. And two, it's got a fraction. So it could be worth multiple points if you help me with this one. I should probably tell you that there is a rule about A. A has to be a natural number, which means it needs to be positive. Natural. It needs to be positive and no fractions. So right now it's a fraction and that's a problem. If we multiply, keep going with that thought, Caitlin. If we multiply everybody by 2, we would kill off that denominator, which would be genius. So Blake asked me how those quizzes were looking. It looks like people are scared of fractions. Well, here's a suggestion. If you multiply by a big enough number, you can kill off all the fractions immediately. So if I multiply by 2 with my Christmas colors, I would have 2y equals negative x plus 20. That's a great idea. Would you like to help me rearrange this equation and put x on the correct side? And what would I have? So I add x, and I would have x plus 2y equals 20. So to get your full point, what's A, what's B, what's C? B is, C is. Yes, perfect. And she gets her point. Yay, it's a table other than table 5, said math. Awesome. Hot dog. I'm hoping big old problem 17 is going to be, somebody's going to be brave enough to tackle it. Is there a number we can multiply by number 17 to make all those fractions go away all at once? I heard the number. No, I thought I heard it, but that's not it. I'm needing a number that both 4 and 8 divide into. The slowest that could be, the lowest that could be is 8. Blake had it first. 16 is good, but we're wanting as low as possible. So the lowest is 8, because 8 divided by 8 is 1, 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, so we distribute that 8, and you would have 40 over 8x equals 24 over 4y minus 72. Oh, but lo and behold, maybe Tyler does fractions in his head. Maybe he already realized that's 5x, 40 over 8 is 5, 6y, and negative 72. So seriously, he killed all the fractions. Blake, if you already got the 1 point, well, you could get another point if you help me rearrange this equation and tell me the A, B, and C.
Hey man, all you gotta do is subtract 6y.
Okay. Okay, so you would have 5x minus 6y equals negative 72. So what's A, what's B, what's C?
A is gonna be 5.
B is
6.
negative 6. And then C is negative 72. Okay, good save. Good save. Good save. That is correct. And that is the answer. So that is, yes, you're up to 2 now. Yay! Okay, so we've got new notes for today. All we're really changing after grading Forrest's quiz, yes, he can solve 1-step and 2-step equations, which really, to goodness, means he can solve 1-step and 2-step inequalities, because all we're doing is instead of an equal to sign, we're going to have a less than, a greater than, a less than or equal to, or a greater than or equal to. That's all we're changing. We are going to fly through these 10, and then you get to do the fun part where you act like you're in kindergarten and cut stuff up. You're going to have to earn your keep today and actually earn your points. There are 10 problems. Surely you can help with some of them. Let's start with the top black box. Remember to flip the inequality sign when you blank or blank by a blank number. Yes, and I heard it from table 1 and 5, so both had a point. When you multiply, I'm fancy, look at my asterisk today, or divide by a negative number. Okay, and since you are 6th period, that is the one good thing about 2 discrete classes, is I've already said these words once, and I already knew some people made a mistake or don't know things. So let's get one thing out of the way. X is less than 1. We like it because that variable is on the left. We have a hard time graphing things when that variable's not on the left. We're going to see on example 2 because the variable's on the right. So just be warned, we really want that variable on the left. And when it's not on the left, we have to do a little extra work. Okay, would anyone like to volunteer for number 1? Yes, Lauren, go for it.
Add 1 to B1.
Okay. Now what?
Divide by 6.
Okay. And what does it say? Let her say it. X is greater than what number?
Oh, sorry. 7.
Okay, and you can have your point. Let's see, we go over here to our number line. I'm going to put 7 in the middle. Some points above, some points below. Eventually I'm going to get lazy and just put 7, but for now I'm not lazy. Okay, and I got an extra point available right now. Do we shade in this circle?
No,
Why not?
because it doesn't have people.
Because in the table 1 can have the point. It's just greater than, not greater than or equal to. So we will not shade in that little circle we drew on the 7. We're going to shade to the right. So that is one new thing we're having to do today is we have to graph our solutions, not just get a solution. So if you've forgotten about graphing, because it's been a while, the less than starts with an L. What direction also starts with an L? Left. So less than is to the left. In case you need that gentle reminder. Yay! Okay, let's skip number 2 for a second. Let's go to number 3. Would someone like to help me with number 3?
-2.
Ooh, Sarah, can Sarah steal it from you, Angela? She,
No, go ahead.
it's very rarely she just jumps on it. So let's see what she's got. Let's do this.
Okay.
Somebody, I don't
I
care.
got it.
Somebody who's a Angela or Sarah.
Oh, my
Okay.
bad, my bad.
So, yeah, you do -2.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
19 -2, 21.
I got that. Now what?
Now you divide 21 to 7, or 7 to 21.
Okay, and I get,
Flip the sign and get 3.
okay, but like she said, since we divided by a negative, we have to flip that sign. Does everyone understand why we got to flip the sign? Okay, then we're going to come over here. I put 3 so we're in the middle, some stuff below. I'm not going to shade it in because it's just greater than, and I'm going to shade to the right. We are going to practice graphing inequalities, but thankfully our puzzle is just can you solve. Okay, let's continue going out of order. Let's do number 4. Would anyone like to volunteer for number 4? Yes, Tyler.
Oh, no, I changed my mind.
Okay. Yes, Brittany. Okay, we add 5 to both sides. I have negative m over 3 is less than or equal to 8. Now what? Okay, we can multiply both sides by 3. And when we divide by negative 1, we better flip that sign. Good. Perfect. So I actually divided by negative 1. I just didn't write it in. Maybe I should. And that's how we got negative 24, but we also flipped the sign. We do not have to be Brittany's twins. Can you believe it? When we were at this step, if we wanted to be different from her, we could have multiplied both sides by negative 3. We would have ended up with m is greater than or equal to negative 24, just like she did. But we had to do one less step. Doesn't matter? Not at all. You do you. Okay, so that all negatives are so big. Negative 24. I'm only going to do the others. Negative 26. Negative 22. I told you I get lazier and lazier as I fill in my graph. I fill in the circle. I shade to the right. Woohoo. Okay, so far so good, right? Everything seems pretty nice, just like solving equations, but we have to do this extra step with graphing. Have to remember when to flip. I'm going to skip number 5. Why am I skipping number 5 for the moment? We're coming back to it in a second. Why am I skipping 5 for now? Where is that variable? The variable's on the right, and I'm telling you, for some reason, problems with the variables on the right, brains were frozen last period, so we're going to save those. They're the brain freeze ones. We can't do number 6, same problem. Let's go to number 7. Number 7. Yes, Lauren?
Distribute number 7.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
You're good.
Okay, combine like terms.
Okay, and you would have?
Let's see. Negative 6x.
Okay.
Minus 9, and then you add the 9.
Okay. So you've got negative 6x is greater than or equal to negative 3. If only Miss Compton could write. And when we divide by negative 6, we end up with what? 1. 3 over 6. Divide the top and the bottom by 3. 1/2. But what am I wanting you to tell me that you hadn't told me yet? You divided by a negative. You better flip that sign. So this is how lazy I'm going to be on this one, because it's a fraction and I just can't today. I don't even care about that much. So we'll fill it in, we'll shade this way, we'll call it a day. Sound good to you? On that one, we're not calling it a day overall. Don't get any wild ideas. Call it a day on that one. Huh? Someone said words.
I said all snap.
Yeah. I knew someone said something, or else I'm thinking to myself, which is scary. Okay, I'm skipping 9. Let's go to 10. 10 is the last one with that variable on the left before we enter into that scary territory with the variable on the right. Okay, what should we do on number 10? Oh, hold on. I've got someone who's been quiet and wants to say something. Go ahead.
Add 4 on both sides.
Okay, we add 4 to both sides. We have 2/5 x is greater than negative 14. Now what? By the what? Bless you for remembering that term. They couldn't come up with it last period. 5/2. Yay on the left. The 2's cancel out. The 5's cancel out. We end up with x is greater than, and I need a number. 70 divided by 2.
35.
It's negative 35. Again, if you're hating on fractions, you are a senior in high school. You need to let some things go, and we are going to let go of the fraction war in life. They made these beautiful things called calculators. You can type in, look, there's where I typed it in last period. You can press alpha, let me show you the keys. Alpha, and then y equals, and then enter, and you get to type in fractions. Look, I did the problem on my calculator last period, and I didn't have to do, it did it for me. Yes, dear. Did we multiply or divide by a negative? I had to think about it for a second, Caitlin. I wanted to, but no, we didn't multiply or divide by a negative, so technically, no, we're not going to flip the sign. But if you thought about it, so did I. Okay, so here's my ugly quick graph. I told you the lazier we do it, the longer we do this, the lazier I get. Maybe y'all fill in some of the others. That would be nice of me. Okay, are there any questions about any of the problems with the variables on the left before we blow your mind? Before we blow your mind. You ready for this? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm not trying to make life real deep. I swear. But if we see an answer like -4 less than or equal to x, you can write this at the top of your paper if you'd like. If we see an answer like this, we don't like the variable being on the right, do we? We need it to be x. We need it to be -4. Is it still going to be less than or equal to? You end up flipping the sign then. And you're like, Miss Compton, we did not multiply or divide by negative. Why are you getting to flip the sign then? And what I say, which is apparently confusing, is I'm reading it backwards. You know, we normally read dog. We would normally say that's D-O-G. But if we read that backwards, we would see God. Yeah, I got that. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. If I read this backwards, starting with the x, it would have said, in my mind backwards, x is greater than or equal to -4. So that's what I wrote down. Is there anyone who just, like, that is mine, they can't?
So this on the right side, you just flip it over.
It is, yes.
Okay.
You just flip it over. So if x is on the right, we're going to end up flipping. So then Caitlin's like, if I know Caitlin because she's scared of the negatives like me. She's like, oh, bad words. What if there's a negative and I flip it once? And then because x is on the wrong side, I flip it twice. So there are problems where we could potentially flip twice. FYI. Yay. Okay, so let's not do number 2. Let's go to number 5 first. Let's not do number. No. Okay, we'll be brave. We'll start it 2. We are brave people. We got this. Yes, dear.
What's bad about flipping it first?
I don't know. So I don't know. I'm just telling you, based off the faces I saw of people looking like I punched them in the face last period. Apparently, flipping the sign is scary. Okay, so number 2. Someone help me solve. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Okay, I subtract 6. I have 8 is greater than or equal to 2/3 y. Now what? Okay, I multiply by 3/2. And I end up with what? 7.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. I thought that's
Yeah, 3 times 8 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Again, if you struggle with that, like I know I do, I use my calculator. It helps me. But then, oh no, the variable is on the right. When I read the statement, I need the variable to be on the left. So what is the real answer? Yes, so it's just y is less than or equal to 12. And you're like, Miss Compton, isn't that good enough? And yeah, I get that Forrest has an answer here. But I want Forrest to then, after this, graph stuff. And he's going to graph wrong if he leaves it like this. If he flipped it, he's going to shade to the left. If he's not flipped it, he's going to shade the wrong way, and then he's losing him some points that he wanted. Okay, is anyone dying after number 2? Then let's do number 5. I have a table that's been very, very quiet. Oh, thank you. How did you know? Okay, I have an answer. No, it's probably not.
How do you know, like, when the coloring of that,
If it's the equal to sign. If it's the equal to sign, we color it in. On that one, it wasn't the equal to sign, so we didn't color it in. If it's a less than, and less than looks like an L, right? And I shade left. So number 2, I had a less than, so I shaded left. On number 1, I had a greater than, so I shaded right. That's not stupid at all. It's really not stupid to ask and make sure you're good. That's not stupid at all. Okay, number 5, we're on a different thing. Yay. We got some negative issues. I've got someone wanting to be brave and volunteer.
Yeah, I think.
Hold. Jim, are you volunteering?
My hand's been up.
Will you please do it? Yes.
-7 both sides.
Let's subtract 7 from both sides. Yes. You got -16 is less than or equal to 4m. Now what?
Divide by 4.
Divide by 4. I've got -4 is less than or equal to m. I need to graph, so I've got to flip it around. What should it read? Yes. Thank you for answering, Lauren. But we're going to give Jim the point because, yeah, he thought, like, that was good, Jim. Okay, it's greater than or equal to, so I'm going to shade in the circle. It's a greater than, so I shade to the right. Okay, is there anyone who's confused from yes, ask?
I thought that was supposed to be not. I thought that was supposed to be independent.
We can do negatives. We're not mad at negatives. We're only saying if we multiply or divide by a negative, we flip the sign. But besides that, like, no, negatives are fine. We don't really care. We get mad at fractions because it's hard to put those on the number line. Negatives are way easier to put on the number line. Or negative whole numbers are way easier than fractions. Okay, we got 6, 8, and 10, and then we're done with these. Let's see, 6. Oh, Brittany, yes.
Distribute the same.
Okay. Now what?
Distribute the negative 7.
I did.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay.
I'm sorry. Negative 7a minus 14, yes.
All right. Add 14 to both sides.
Add 14 to both sides. I've got negative 7 is greater than or equal to negative 7a. Oh no, this one is the one. This one is the one you want to put a star by because this was the one where we get to do some fun stuff.
Oh, dear.
Now what?
Divide by negative 7 is 6 divided.
Okay, when we divide by that negative 7, because we multiplied or divided by a negative, we get to flip the sign. So we have 1 is less than or equal to a. Agreed. However, can we graph that? No. So we end up flipping it again so we can read it, and it ends up saying a is greater than or equal to 1. So it's annoying because we've ended up flipping the sign twice. We flipped it once because we divided by the negative. That's why it became greater than to less than. And then we flipped it twice, technically, when we rewrote it. And the only reason we're rewriting it is because the darn variable was on the right, and we need the variable on the left in order to graph correctly. Is there anyone who just wants to go home and cry now?
Yeah, but
Whoa.
I always want to go cry.
Okay. I'm hoping it's not related to this problem. Was it related to this problem and you want to go home and cry? A little bit? Okay. Okay, so 1, we're going to fill it in, and we're going to shade to the right. Well, then, you wanted to cry on that one. You probably better put a star on number 8, too. That's all right. Number 8 is another. Oh, I'll leave it there for a second. Number 8 is another one. You were on it. You like distributing. You tend to volunteer for ones that require distributing.
you ain't got no points.
You don't have any points? How many points y'all got?
Yeah, 5 points. That's good.
5 is the quota for the day. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, if your group's low on points, we can get you something to say. Lauren, yes, dear.
Oh, I
Lauren, how many points do y'all have?
5. 2.
$5 foot long. My non-5 groups, would y'all like to volunteer before I let Brittany handle this?
I would like to volunteer.
Perfect, thank you.
Actually, no.
Oh, okay.
I actually know.
You know what to do first. Go up and tell me that. Okay. Okay, so 12 is less than negative 10x plus 35. I don't know why I put that big of a gap. 10x plus 35 minus 2x plus 1. Now what? Combine like terms. She came up with that all on her own. Negative 12x. Now what about the other one?
35 plus 1.
Which is 36. She's a genius. Now help me.
Subtract 36.
I subtract 36 from both sides. I end up with what? Six minus 2 is? And 3 minus 1? 3 minus 1? So we've got negative 24 is less than or equal to negative 12x. Now what?
Divide negative 12.
Divide both sides by negative 12. What happens because we divided by that negative 12? Yes, so we had 2, and we were going to flip the sign because we divided by a negative. We have 2 is greater than x. Can you graph that?
No.
No. So what is our final answer?
2 is less than, or no, x is less than.
Perfect. So we go over to 2, and then we shade to the left because it's less than. So again, I know it seems like we're flipping twice, and we are. But the reason we flipped the first time is because of the negative. And the reason we're not really, we're rewriting it the second time, and it's just because of the darn variable not being on the left. So you already know when it's coming, when the variable's on the right, that you might have a little extra work to do with your life. Sad day. Our last problem of the day. Caitlin, if you didn't get a point, you should have. Our last problem of the day.
Wait.
Brittany is ready to roll if you're not.
I said wait.
Sarah, you got this?
Yeah.
If not, Brittany's ready to save you.
Wait,
Okay.
Wait. Sorry. Wait.
Okay. Oh, we're going to give it to you, Sarah. We're waiting for Brittany to think. She just wants to think and finish the answer for a second.
Oh. No, we already have it in the moment. Alright.
We can allow it.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Alright, no.
No, she's going to put the pencil down. That's how I'll know. Dumb is calm. Pay attention.
Okay, the sign. Why is X less than if flipped it? Okay, flipped it.
I flipped
but
it.
It was already less than, and then you flipped it to greater than because you divided.
Yes.
You had to flip it all the way.
Because I had to rewrite it because X was on the right. Yes.
I got
Yes. Which is why it's terribly annoying on problems like 6 and 8 where you end up flipping twice. Sorry, Sarah. We're gonna help me with this one, and we'll be done.
Okay, so subtract 7 from both sides.
Okay.
Then you have 3 is less than, and
Okay.
multiply by -3, you get -9.
She's fast.
-9 is less than n. Flip that so you have.
Did you multiply by -3? Did you multiply by -3?
I did.
Did you multiply by -3?
Oh, you swap it.
Okay.
Swap it.
Flip it?
Swap it.
Flip it?
Swip.
We flip
Switch
it. I don't know. We move it. It changes. Okay, so you can't even see what I'm doing. That would help. Okay, so you told me to multiply by -3, and that's to flip the sign. And then you told me to flip the sign again because we need to rewrite the statement with n on the left. So it should say n is less than -9.
Did it twice.
Oh, I like it.
That's okay.
Okay, cool. I like it. Okay, so really we should put a star by number 9 too, because it's got that same issue going on where we flipped the sign because we multiplied by a negative, but then when we rewrote the statement because n was on the right, life got hazy then too. Are there any questions about this? Yes, dear. You get a point for that, totally. Okay, let me stop my recording. Is there, how low are you? How many points you got? 4. Sarah, how many points do you have? 4, 3. How many points do y'all have? 2.
No, I'm just playing. You got 5.
Okay, I was so confused. I was really